clipping masks. This is something I use in all my designs, no exceptions. So, what's a clipping mask? The best way to understand it is to see it in action. We'll draw two shapes on the screen, and while we're on the top layer, we'll press Ctrl-Alt-G to create a clipping mask. Notice what happens. Only a part of the top shape is visible, the area which intersects with the bottom layer. This is great when you want to constrain an image within a certain shape or size. This works great when creating thumbnails. Let's say we have a background like so, and we want some pictures displayed in gallery fashion. So, how should we proceed? Well, first we'll draw a rectangle and add a stroke to it. Adjust the color based on your background color. Now let's grab an image from our desktop and drag it into Photoshop. Adjust the position of the image, make sure it's above our shape, and press Ctrl-Alt-G. Now the image is constrained to that shape and size. If needed, we can press Ctrl-T and adjust the image size so it fits better. This is great when you only want to show a small part of an image. We can then group these two layers with Ctrl-G and then use the Alt-Shift-Drag technique to duplicate it. Afterwards, we can use Distribute Horizontal Centers and we'll have the basis of a nice gallery. Then we can select the second thumbnail and drag another image into place. Adjust it if needed, and be sure to remove the previous image since we don't need it anymore. Repeat until you have replaced all the images. To make the thumbnail look even nicer, we can duplicate the initial shape, which I like to call the outer image holder, use Ctrl-T, and make it small by using Alt and Shift. The idea is to have an empty space of 2 to 3 pixels that will act like a frame. Depending on the image, we might want to adjust the stroke or remove it completely. Usually this frame gives the thumbnail a bit more of a presence. One last thing we can do is to add a small drop shadow to the outer image folder. Go to the FX panel, select Drop Shadow, and play with the settings until you find a nice, subtle shadow. And there you have it. Remember to always use Ctrl-Alt-G, but just in case you forget, you can right-click on a layer and select Create Clipping Mask.